All right, here we are. The very first video of my Flir 1 thermal imager. See all that blue? There's no insulation in the ceiling in that area, and that's been true all around my house. I could feel it with my hands, especially in the summer. There's my brand new door. That door and the storm door outside, it cost me $1,000, and look at it leak. Yep. Okay, let's go take a look in here. Yeah, sometimes it just hesitates like that. I don't know why. Brand new window. Brand new windows. Yeah, that doesn't make me very happy. I think it was a lot worse. The aluminum frame windows are horrible. Well, that junction box for the fan is doing pretty good. Here, however, you'll see that's a built-in light, flush mount light. It's obviously not insulated at all. That light's not hideous. You see the nice pink ceiling where all the heat rises? Okay. And now, I've only got 35% battery in this Flir imager. You have to charge it separately from the phone. So I'm going to do this until it tells me to stop. All right, there again. There's my laptop, a couple of cold drinks. And you can see the cold leakage, man. And let me tell you, we triple sealed these windows installing them. So, and there's my door. Now that's got some importance to it. Let me show you the door. Because what I did, see the bottom of the door? Let's see if we can get down low enough. You see right below the blue, there's kind of a tight yellow band. That's all the foam that I just put in a couple days ago. And you can see it's definitely not blue. But the blue right above it is the aluminum threshold that you step on, you know, when you go in and out of a door. It's aluminum. So if it's cold outside, that thing's cold all throughout, which is a drag, and that's how it goes. That blue square in the center, that's that hole in the door, and I put a piece of plywood over it. So the plywood's nice and freezing cold, but you can see the foam kind of bulging around it where I sealed it. The foam's nice and warm. It turns out foam is a really crappy conductor of heat and cold. That's why they use it everywhere. So anyway, let's see, let's check out this outlet right here. Okay, why does that matter? Well, because I just put that cover plate on yesterday and one of those gaskets because I could feel cold air coming through that thing. And I wanted to do it before and after, but I didn't know if this thermal imager would really arrive on time because it's the holidays. And you can see there's no great temperature variation with the outlet. Now what I'll do later is I'll turn this heater on that's plugged into it and see if it heats up the wiring. Because there's about a 10 volt drop in the voltage when I turn on the 1500 watt heater. I'm not completely surprised by it, but this particular outlet and the wiring going to it have been a problem. Yeah, man. If you look back in my videos, I used a spot thermal detector, and when I was halfway through this window replacement thing, I had some aluminum framed windows still in, and I compared them to this. And aluminum frames will not, if it's 20 degrees outside, the frame is 20 degrees on the inside for aluminum. But for vinyl, which these are, The vinyl conducts a little bit of cold, but hardly at all. Hardly at all. That's one of the huge things about new double pane windows, in theory. Now that corner is very cold. I think there was a hole that I patched there. Yeah, there was. And there wasn't much insulation behind it. So you can see in the corners here, lots of cold. The door's radiating like crazy. Isn't that slick? Let's see, does this thing know I was just sitting on the couch? Yeah, you can see some leftover heat. I've been up for a few minutes, but you can see some leftover heat. And a cold spot. Okay, I don't know what that means, but let's not go there. All right, here's the lab. Now, up in the corner of the ceiling there, all over the house, in the summer I could touch it and it would be hot. So that is an absolute problem, but what are you going to do? You know, you pick the worst ones first and you move forward. Now, you see that big blob of blue on the wall? On the other side of that wall is where the hot water heater closet is, but it's only accessed from the outside. So there's probably no insulation in the wall. There's, you know, fire-rated sheetrock, but that ain't thermally rated sheetrock, right? So, well, because there is no such thing. But anyway, that's why that's cool. Same with the utility room. It's only about 62 degrees in the house right now because it's really expensive. Yeah, that light's leak like a sieve. All right, let's take a look here. Now, look at that. We got a nice cold spot on the floor. Yeah, let's take a look at the window. Wow, that thing's colder than shit. Well, it's not horrible. But it might be a contrast thing between that warmer stuff in front of it. You know, a tool like this can just save you money over time. The one thing I did is I bought a micro USB extension cord so I can take the camera itself while it's plugged into my cell phone and drop it into a vent and look down, and it'll probably prove what I've been thinking, that the ends of these vent runs in this house are super leaky. Because if you can get spiders in them, guess what? You got a really bad leak. Okay, here's a shot back up the hallway. Looks like that space above the door's got no insulation in it. Let's take a look at the floor here as it recalibrates. You know, this isn't as good as a $1,000 thermal camera, but you know what? It's really good. Okay, so we have this is the master bedroom. Turn on the light and see if that changes any of the contrast here. So, oh shoot, I left my electric blanket heaters on. That's not good. Well, let's take a look at the bed. Okay. So, what's that freaking hot spot? Wait a second. Huh. The electric blanket is, the edge of it's right here. Right? So what's that freaking hot spot right there that's not on my mattress? Was that where I just put my hand? No, that's too far up. Wow, do I have a dead mouse in my mattress? God, I hope not. That's disgusting. Okay, there's my lamp. It's like one of those 6-watt CFLs. It should show heat. Now, wow, nice and cold in here. Now, the coldest spot in the house is definitely this bathroom. taped, you can see the perimeter of it. I taped a sheet of plastic trash bag around that window to stop the airflow from actually coming in like the breezy thing that it is. Let's take a look at the floor vent. Yeah, there's a bunch of insulation missing over in the closet there. Wow, the floor vent's not freezing cold. See, this is the end of the ducting run under the house, one of 2 ducting runs. And you'd think if there was cold air in there, it would make that stupid vent cover cold. Well, there you have it. Thank God my toilet seat's warm. Okay, so we got lots of leakage here, but it's in the corners. It's not in the wall. Yep, it's up at the top where everything else is. Now, let's see. What was the other leak? Oh, yeah. Okay, so what I did here, it's hard to see in this thermal video, but I just took some blue painter's tape and I taped the bathroom vent shut, and because I could feel cold air around it with my hand, just to see if it would warm this room up at all between the window and that vent. Now you can see that the face of the vent is showing blue, so it's fairly cold. But I guarantee it would have showed cold around this whole ceiling if I hadn't taped it off. Just a temporary experiment, but there it sits. So there's the light, nice and hot. Let's see, this is above the shower. Makes that an interior wall. And let's see. Closet's not. It's fine, except for. Yeah, right there. Yeah, the insulation on the bottom of this house is fallen down and all kinds of stuff on the bottom, so I'm not really shocked to get cold. And this floor does feel freezing cold, and because it's such a large surface area, it's like having a refrigerator in my bathroom. You know, this looks like there's absolutely no insulation under the bathroom floor. We had a water line under there that was broken when I first moved in, and I'm wondering if the guys left all that insulation knocked down, but you can tell there's just nothing underneath this tile floor. I know tile tends to feel cooler, but it tends to do just what environment it's in, whether it's cold or hot. Okay. So that window leaks like a sieve. But you can see where the edges of the tape are around the outside, that's kind of the same temperature as the walls and stuff. Like I said, it's 62 degrees in the house and something like 48, 45 outside. Yeah, this is the only window I couldn't replace because they couldn't make one this small. You have to actually go to a mobile home window manufacturer. This is not a mobile home, but it's the same construction techniques. What do they call that? I don't know, pain in the ass. So anyway, yeah, I'm not dead. All right. Well, we learned a lot. This is what I waited for, so what do I work on first? I'd love to get those 2-can foam kits where they come with the big, almost like a propane container full of foam, and you connect them together and you drill a hole in the wall and you fill the whole wall up. I would love to do that. It's not in the budget because I don't have a budget because I have no money. This was loaned to me. All right. Well, I'll tell you that water closet, hot water heater closet is really leaking like a sieve. All right, well, you kind of like got to let the camera adjust to what you're looking at so it can get the scaling right, you know, the colors and stuff. It's too bad those windows are so cold. The glass is actually not bad. But the perimeter, the frames are cold. Now, I did some measurements last winter, if you look back at my old video, and vinyl's a lot better. Okay, here's all my internet stuff. It's pulling 20 watts, and that's what 20 watts looks like when it's not totally efficient. Wow.